I've always quite liked Kielder, but it's very tricky. I mean, it's so fast. The speeds are incredible. We've got some straights, you know, over a mile long on one particular area. Okay, there's a few corners in, but it's still flat out. And I think, you know, you're going to be getting up to 130 miles an hour in places, but should be good.
Austin, championship leader and winner of the first round of the British Championship. Can you do it again here?
We won the first round, yeah, in Wales. You know, it was maybe Mark obviously had a bit of a problem, and young Matthew. But you know, having said that, you have to finish the event to win the event. And I think after doing the stages here, the stages are very quick. And we haven't been here for a few years, but we'll definitely try, and we'll try and make it 2 in a row.
We'll just play ourselves in. I mean, obviously nobody's more experienced and match fit than Mark is at the moment. I don't think anybody can take him on, you know, at the moment. Certainly not me. I want to try and bring home a good second, and if Mark has problems, then, you know, capitalise. But just enjoy it, get our heads back in gear, and get rallying again.
So here we are in Carlisle City Centre, where all the cars are lined up, getting ready to go, and joining me fresh from the service area is Robbie Head, our rally pundit and previous winner of this rally. Now, Robbie, you've had a chat with the guys. They all seem pumped up and ready to go. And remember, they came from a city centre. Later on in the rally, they got to face Kielder Forest. Who do you think is going to win it?
Well, it's hard to discount Mark Higgins. His pace was absolutely blistering in Wales. He had that mechanical problem and retired. So I can't see anybody actually touching him in pace alone. But you've got to look at the second place. It's up for grabs. Sebastian Lang finished second in Wales. He's going to be pushing hard in his Hyundai. Austin McHale won in Wales. You can't discount him. Paul Bird and Johnny Milner, who's also come back from being out of the championship in the first round, he can actually win here as well.
Right, let's get down to stage 1, the Super Special. Will you look at this Super Special? It's at the house of the Eddie Stobart team owner, and look at it, it's his house, it's his front garden. He's set up a Super Special stage, and Rob, you've had the benefit of driving around it.
Absolutely. A couple of months ago I got Mark Higgins' 02 Focus. It's absolutely awesome. 2 jumps and a water splash, and Mark's first in the road. Handbrake turn there.
Fantastic. Let's catch up with the action.
Right, 2 plus to water. Jump, braking over 70.
The service area is empty of cars. That's because all the drivers are getting ready to get into the forest. Tyres are being prepared behind me. But after the first couple of Super Specials, this is how the leaderboard looks. We've got Mark Higgins in first place, followed closely, only a couple of seconds back, Austin McHale. Then we've got David Higgins, only a couple of seconds behind him. And remember, he's in the Group N. Then we've got Paul Bird, and then the return of Johnny Milner. Right, let's have a look what they're up against.
Complex. 5 long stages, 42 stage miles. But the last 2 are in darkness, always very difficult to pick out that braking zone.
So Mark Higgins it is then who leads at this early stage, just like he did in Wales, but this time hoping fortune is with him. He needs a good result if he's going to live up to his pre-season billing as championship favourite, Robbie.
Absolutely, it's a 2-second advantage at the moment, but this is where the rally really starts in Kielder itself. Proper fast stages. All the stages today are repeated again tomorrow, so it's important to just modify any pace notes and it might just speed it up.
Mark, of course, needing a good result this time around. No points last time. Austin McHale, 2 seconds down on Higgins at the start of this stage, but he knows a high point scoring performance in this event is a much better attitude to have as opposed to win or bust.
Austin just cutting that corner, using every centimetre of the road. Maximum point haul in Wales. but he wasn't really on Mark's pace. It's going to be a battle for second if Higgins can stay out there.
Higgins' teammate for the event is Paul Bird. This is his first and possibly only outing in this year's championship. Therefore, no pressure on the man as he tests out the Ford suspension. This man, of course, honed his rally skills in this part of the country.
Paul Bird's got the bank of spotlights on. A bit of a different line from McHale round that one.
Current champion David Higgins, like his brother, failing to score in the opening round in Wales, but really giving the WRC outfits a run for their money in his production Mitsubishi.
David in 4th place after the Super Specials. He'll go very well here. Remember, these production cars are extremely fast, high speed. Sebastian Ling, 2nd place in Wales. Can he repeat the same? Look at the sparks coming out these titanium side skirts.
Mark Higgins continues to lead the Pirelli. We're on stage 4, 3 more to go today. His advantage over McHale, 12 seconds going into this section and increasing all the time.
200 over crest, okay. What a puncture.
Oh no, puncture, front right for Higgins. The Kershaw stage has bitten, always a difficult one. Look at that, front right. This is going to cost him time.
Though, of course, this is fixable, not like it was in Wales. Mark, of course, looking to keep the name Higgins on the championship trophy. This is his brother David, the current title and #1 plate holder.
In 4th place, and it is starting to get dark. Look at those brake discs glowing there.
310 left 3 long. 350 over small crest to top end.
Whoa, Higgins off the road momentarily. Bit of a moment, you heard him modifying the pace note for the next time through.
Mark Higgins' misfortune has certainly opened the door for McHale, and he said thank you very much and is now leading this rally, although Paul Bird is pushing him all the way.
That puncture on stage 4 cost Mark 1 minute and 20 seconds and dropped him down to 11th place, but a fastest time on stage 5 rocketed him back up to 5th, but McHale is leading with Bird in 2nd.
We've had some drama out on the stages, but this is what they call a splash and dash service. Basically, they get 10 minutes to bring their cars in, change the tyres, fill them up with fuel, and then they have to get back out there again because they've got another 2 stages to do. It's 10 o'clock at night and it's getting very dark. Let's wait for the lads to get in and we'll grab a word with them.
Mark, you've just done 3 stages on the trot. You've had some problems. What were they?
It was on the second of the proper stages we did, stage 4, and I reckon about 400 yards into the stage at the 90 right, and just think we clipped a stone. Didn't feel it in the car. Then on the flat out section it started deflating, and we had to make the decision if we sort of change it or, you know, and lose 3 minutes possibly, or just really tootle it to the end, which we did.
It looks as if it's been hard work in there.
Yeah, we find the back of the car sliding off of that, but I think it's the loosest on the stages, you know, so keeping it together. I think we're probably in front by a bit, but long way to go.
Bird by name, but scalded cat by nature when it comes to rally driving. Paul Bird closing in on Austin McHale, less than a second going into this stage. But as the battle rages on at the front, maybe the biggest challenge is further down the field.
Full spotlights on now, very difficult riding on board with Mark Higgins. Some low cloud around and very, very hard to pick out braking zones and pick out corners. Whoa, what's going on here? Higgins overshoots, spins the car, he's stalled it. This is costing him. He's 28 seconds behind the rally leader, Austin McHale.
Full marks though for Mark Higgins for trying.
The clocks are up. 28 seconds behind, remember. Higgins takes it. He's now in the lead of this rally.
Less than 6 seconds then separating the top 3 at the end of day 1 at the Pirelli. Only a second between McHale and Bird as well, but Mark Higgins is in charge for the 2nd time today.
That's how it looks at the end of day 1. It's late, I'm tired, and I'm definitely off to bed. See you in the morning. Welcome back to the Pirelli International Rally here in Carlisle. This is what this rally is all about. Thick forest with flat out straights and lots of action. Talking of which, let's catch up with it.
75 stage miles. There's 2 blasts through the P0 spectator stage but it's out here in Kielder Forest where the conditions are going to be demanding. Lots of high speed and lots of these rocks lying around. They can slice open a tyre and create a puncture. The stages are actually short enough to continue driving on that puncture, but it will incur time loss.
So that's how the stages look, and if I was a bit tired before, I'm not now, because Mark Higgins has got his WRC Focus on the start line, ready to get into Kielder Forest, and away he goes!
Day 2 well underway then, and weather conditions just as unpredictable as they were yesterday.
Mark Higgins running first car on the road. He's got a 23-second lead. And it's always more difficult running in that position because you don't have anybody else's brake marks to follow. Higgins, overshoot here. On the handbrake, get it restarted. What's going on?
Watch behind.
Big time loss here. Spectators pushing, doesn't seem to be getting into reverse. The clock is ticking here. This is costing Higgins. He could lose his lead.
Don't go any further back.
Ryan Thomas giving him some guidance. This is going to make it tough for Mark. I'm sure his lead has been lost with that.
Well, this is good news for Austin McHale. 5 seconds down on Higgins at the end of day 1. It was extended to 24 seconds following the completion of stage 8. He'll have to go some to claw that back, but of course now Higgins' problem means that Austin McHale could be the man at the top.
And he's also got this man, Paul Burt, breathing down his neck. The gap is only 1.2 seconds between them. So it's a huge battle for the top 3 places.
Steve Perez, he's also looking mightily impressive, Robbie.
9th overall at the moment. Steve having a very good run in his 03 Focus. And his co-driver Neil Dashfield even gets a chance to pose for the camera.
Johnny Miller now starting to look like his old self again. Started day 2 really well.
Very fast time on the previous stage.
That's 2 over 50 into right 5.
Second quickest, but look, there's a problem here.
Car behind you, yeah?
Sounds like a puncture.
Car behind you as well. There's a place just up here.
Having to pull over. That's a minute lost if there's a car behind them.
So just as it was looking good for Johnny Milner, it's not looking so good anymore as Gower makes his way past.
This is a disaster for Milner.
This is John Ingram, disappointing this time following his 3rd place in Wales.
11th overall. John in his 02 Focus. Paddle shift. Whoa, he's got it wide here. Oh, huge impact there. And John Ingram had a neck injury beforehand. This isn't good.
Here we go with the replay, Robbie.
Just gets it wide onto the loose gravel and it hits something solid in there. And look at the neck extension there of John.
John Ingram then on his way to hospital for checkups. We're on to stage 10. And we're on board with the man who won this event last year, the man who won the 2004 championship. He's 4th overall at the moment.
Problem here. Stuck in 5th gear, he says. And look how slow he's going. Having to slip the clutch out that corner.
And this, of course, isn't good for David Higgins following what happened in round 1.
David, mega fast stage in there.
Not this time. We're stuck in 4th gear right from the very start of the stage. So, big problem.
And this is the leader, Paul Bird. How will he cope with the pressure of having both McHale and Mark Higgins hard on his case? Well, this is Austin McHale, 3rd overall at the moment, but it won't be a disaster if it stays like this.
Oh, walloped inside of that corner. Whoa, big moment there for Austin McHale.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
He's stuck in the ditch, 4-wheel drive, drags him back onto the road, down through the gearbox. He's facing the wrong way, he has to spin that car round. God, heart-stopping moment there for Austin. Is there damage to the car? Seems to be okay. Just some superficial damage at the front. But what a moment.
So maybe the wheel of misfortune has now spun from this man, Mark Higgins, to Austin McHale. Mark Higgins is 2nd overall. He's got Paul Bird, the man to catch. And this is quick, really quick. So maybe things are changing for Mark Higgins.
And they do. Fastest time in that stage puts Higgins back in front of the rally with Paul Bird in second and Mick Hale third. But it's a good battle.
Look at this, a mile-long straight, and this is what this rally is all about. Flat-out speeds on these big straights, so they put in these artificial chicanes, and that's to slow down the average speed of this rally. Also, there's a directional surface change where they're going to get onto some slippery stuff up there. Now, we're going to find out just how fast these cars go. Right, the first car through is Mark Higgins. We're getting him on the speed gun, and he is going at a hell of a pace, Robbie.
128 miles an hour, Mike. Absolutely awesome. Hard on the brakes, down to that chicane. Higgins carrying good speed there.
Fantastic. Stone in the air.
Kiel de Forest, of course, is quick, and we can just see for ourselves how quick it is.
This is Austin McHale, and look at that speedo. 6 gear. 132 miles an hour.
Here comes Paul Bird in the WRC Focus. He is doing, that's 126 miles an hour, Robbie. Full commitment as well.
Down the gearbox, 6 gear on the rev limiter along there, back down into first gear for the chicane.
5 stages to go then. The weather is much better than it was before, and things are certainly looking good for Mark Higgins. He continues to lead, but this is Steve Perez.
7th overall at the moment, but looking slow here. Problems for Perez.
Whoa, fire.
Smoke coming up from the centre of the car.
And there were flames as well out the front there, Robbie. This doesn't look good at all.
This looks like the end of Perez's run. Let's hope they can get that fire out. They did, but Steve Perez retired on the stage. Sebastian Ling, a good performance from him all weekend, puts him in 5th place. And that, linked with his 2nd overall in the Rally of Wales, will put him right at the top of the points table. 4th place for Gareth McHale, another strong, solid performance from the Irishman. Austin's son making it a family affair. And here is Austin McHale, 3rd overall in this event. Again, a very consistent performance. That huge moment earlier in the day gave him a bit of a heart stopper, but he's brought his focus home in one piece. 2nd overall for Paul Bird. The local man delivers, and this is looking like it's going to be a Stobart 1-2. Very good performance from Paul here. He's new at this game.
A former motocross competitor at British Championship level, of course, and Superbike owner of the team. But this is the man who's going to be rising all the headlines this weekend. Mark Higgins, winner of the Pirelli International Rally for 2005.
14 fastest times. This is Higgins in the super special stage that the Stobart team boss owns, and what a fantastic stage it is. A brilliant performance from both Mark Higgins and Paul Bird for a Stobart 1-2. Mark Higgins wins the Pirelli International Rally, Paul Bird a fantastic 2nd place, and Austin McHale takes the podium.
Congratulations, you've done it. You've got him on this one.
Yeah, no, after the disappointment of the first round, it's just great to get back on the leaderboard now. And, you know, it was not a perfect rally, but really enjoyed it. It's been very tough and a very long event as well.
2 down, 6 to go, and Mark Higgins finally gets his name on the overall leaderboard. Gareth McHale is 3rd, Sebastian Ling 2nd, but it's Austin McHale who still leads the way.
What a fantastic result, Robbie. The Stobart 1-2, one of the best rallies I've ever witnessed.
Absolutely, Mark Higgins made it difficult for himself. He battled his way down the field, he had an overshoot, he had a puncture, but he fought his way back up. He set a string of quickest times and he won this rally fair and square.
Very fair and square. Let's not forget 2nd place man, Paul Bird.
Very strong performance from Paul, considering his experience. He fought off Austin McHale to 2nd place. Great performance for the Stobart team, amazing on home soil.
It's been a fantastic rally, we've really enjoyed ourselves. We're going to see you in 3 weeks' time for the Scottish Rally, where yet again we're on gravel. See you soon. Ta-ra.
Bye.